that long ago, there was high-quality silk gauze on the market manufactured in Europe, mainly Germany, Switzerland, France. That silk gauze was used for sifting flour at the mills. Unfortunately, the name of a person who first tried to stitch on silk gauze is unknown. I still have some 60-count silk gauze I purchased from France years ago. Nowadays, silk gauze is manufactured in China, and unfortunately the quality of it leaves much to be desired. It comes distorted, not even, meaning that in 1 inch could be 48 by 50 stitches. Well, however, I am personally happy to have even this quality silk gauze, since it was time when silk gauze simply disappeared from the market. Just know that there is no perfect, high-quality silk gauze. You just need to learn how to adapt what is offered and not to be intimidated or frustrated if you get a piece of silk gauze I am using for this demonstration. The piece of silk gauze I'm using for my new rug is cut straight on 3 sides, but you can see the distortion at the left bottom corner that was produced during the weaving. The selvage is on the side. If you haven't seen my video about silk gauze, here I am showing how to find out where the selvage is if you have a piece of silk gauze without selvage. Just put a thread of silk gauze on each side. If you see doubled thread, this is where the warp is, and this is where the selvage was. There are several ways to prepare and mount silk gauze. The first is the one I would not recommend: to mount a piece of silk gauze on the hoop. The disadvantage of this method is that you'll never get the tension of silk gauze you need for the result you're looking for. Second method is to stretch a piece of silk gauze on the cardboard frame. This method is very convenient if you are working on a small project. I'll show you how to mount silk gauze on the cardboard frame in a separate video. Also, silk gauze is pricey. Why to waste it, right? Sometimes, for a small project, I allow myself to stretch a piece of silk gauze on the stretcher bars, but as you know, I use ever-tight stretcher bars that provide exquisite tension, and the tension of silk gauze is the key for successful results. Another method of preparing silk gauze is attaching cotton stripes to each side of the piece of the silk. This is my preferable method, and let me show how to do it. You can use a sewing machine if you have it. Here I am showing how to hand sew these cotton stripes to each side of the piece silk gauze that we prepared. I purchased these cotton stripes, pre-cut cotton stripes in the form of the roll at the local quilt store. You can use cotton from your stash and cut the stripes with the width 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches. can use any cotton thread for sewing. I'm using quilt thread. As you can see, I am using 2 strands of thread. After making a knot, I am going to attach one of the cotton stripes to my piece of silk gauze using a running stitch. And I will start with the side where the piece of silk gauze has the distortion. You see how different it is, that the edges of my silk gauze and cotton stripe, they don't line up. Start stitching with the silk gauze facing you. You need to place the running stitches in one straight line between 2 weft silk threads of the silk gauze. When you finish attaching the cotton stripe to one side of silk gauze, turn the piece around and run another row of running stitches. I have just finished 2 steps of attaching my cotton stripe to the silk gauze, and there are 2 more to add to the process. I will add another row of running stitches to make it more secure. The last fourth step of attaching cotton stripe to the piece of silk gauze is to make an overcast stitch. Overcast stitch is a sewing stitch that binds fabric and silk gauze edges to prevent fraying. It is important to follow all four steps of attaching a piece of cotton stripe to the piece of silk gauze to make the bond strong, because it will help when we mount prepared piece of silk gauze on the frames and during the blocking when your project is finished. Now I will repeat the same process on the opposite side of my piece of silk gauze. You can see that piece of silk gauze is still distorted, and it doesn't bother me, and it shouldn't bother you either. I want you to pay attention how crooked this piece of silk gauze is. Doesn't matter which direction I turn it. It shouldn't bother you. Now I will repeat the same process on the long sides of my piece. These light blue stripes are too short for my liking, so I'm picking up different color but longer stripes. Now, after sewing cotton fabric to my piece of silk gauze, I am checking the stitches. You can see that on the left side I didn't run over cast stitch only because I have a silk gauze with selvage edge and I'm sure it won't fray. My piece of silk gauze is prepared for a new project and ready to be mounted. And you still can see that it's crooked, that it's not perfect. There are wrinkles at the places where the stitches are placed. And to add a little bit more drama, I will simply wrinkle this piece of silk gauze more. I simply want to assure you there is nothing wrong with a piece of silk gauze that is distorted or wrinkled. Allow me to show you how to deal with it.